Welcome to today's deep dive. If you run the numbers for the 2026 World Cup through like an advanced predictive algorithm, it spits out these cold, hard
Right,
probabilities.
exactly.
But if you really look at the research closely, Argentina's chances of repeating as champions actually hinge on two completely different things. A U20 bromance and, well, a 39-year-old walking around the pitch.
Yeah, which completely changes how we think about sports analytics, honestly. I mean, we've got a fascinating stack of sources for you today.
We really do, yeah. From heavy computational science journals to on-the-ground tactical scouting reports. So your mission for this deep dive is really decoding Argentina's actual chances.
Right. And to do that, well, we kind of have to start with the math.
Always the math.
Always. So researchers are using something called Bayesian modeling to predict this tournament.
Right, Bayesian modeling. And the best way to understand a Bayesian model is to think about a smartphone navigation app.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, so you start your drive with a prior prediction.
Sure.
Say 30 minutes to get home based on historical traffic.
Right.
But as you drive, the app live updates your arrival time based on new data, like a sudden accident or a road closure.
Exactly. And that dynamic updating is what makes it vastly superior to traditional sports stats. I mean, traditional models just look at past wins and losses and spit out a static number.
Right, they don't adapt.
Exactly. But a Bayesian framework asks, well, what happens when player form shifts or, an injury happens today? It adapts to the unpredictable chaos of a live tournament.
And the model's biggest variable right now is tactical instability. Because well, Argentina has a massive instability to solve since Angel Di Maria just retired from international play.
Yeah, that is the exact domino that forces Lionel Scaloni to completely re-engineer the team's on-pitch geometry.
Because without Di Maria, there's no one to stretch the opposition on the flanks, right?
Right, so Argentina's left side becomes incredibly isolated. So to fix this, Scaloni is having Alexis Mac Allister drift wide from his usual central spot.
Just to provide that missing width.
Exactly. But when Mac Allister moves wide, he creates a vacuum in the middle.
Which means other players have to fill it.
Right. It forces Lionel Messi and Lautaro Martinez to crowd into the center to overcompensate.
Wait, if Mac Allister, Martinez, and Messi are all crammed into the center, aren't they just creating a giant traffic jam?
It does sound like that, yeah.
Because, I mean, the second they lose the ball, the wings are completely wide open for a counterattack.
It looks like a disaster waiting to happen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But that traffic jam is completely intentional. Scaloni solves that vulnerability with something called a rest defense matrix.
Okay.
Think of it like a bouncer at a club.
Okay, a bouncer.
Yeah, stopping trouble at the door so the VIPs inside can relax. By intentionally leaving five guys up high while they attack, they don't have to sprint back in a panic when they lose the ball.
Oh, I see. Because they're already standing exactly where the opponent wants to pass it.
Exactly. They suffocate the transition before it even starts.
And all this complex spatial engineering, this whole bouncer system, is basically built to protect their 39-year-old VIP.
Right. Because Messi is conserving his energy.
Right. In the build-up play, the formation completely warps. The goalkeeper steps up, and the rest of the team forms this tight protective funnel.
Right, which allows Messi to drop deep into the midfield to pull the strings without exhausting himself.
It's an incredibly high-risk structure, though.
Oh, absolutely. Leaving players high up the pitch and letting your captain roam freely only works if the guys anchoring the back line are flawless.
Right, you need defenders who could read danger instantly.
Exactly. And for Argentina, those two anchors are center backs Christian Romero and Lisandro Martinez.
And this is where the math meets the human element. My absolute favorite detail from the scouting reports is about them.
Oh, the roommate thing.
Yes. Their elite ability to neutralize counterattacks stems from a deep off-field bond. They are former under-20 roommates and literally best friends.
It's such a great detail.
There's this amazing interview where Martinez was asked a rapid-fire series of questions, like best player you've played with, best center back today, Van Dijk or Heinze.
And he just gave the same answer for all of them.
Exactly. To every single question, he playfully answered, Cuti Romero.
You love to see it because that pure loyalty translates directly to the pitch. When one steps up to press, the other instantly covers.
They travel together, they read the game together.
Right. By knowing exactly how the other person thinks, they can execute Scaloni's rest defense matrix perfectly. It brings a harmony to the defense that you simply can't coach.
So what does this all mean for you as you watch the 2026 World Cup?
Well, it means Argentina's success relies on the perfect Bayesian update.
Exactly. It's this incredible blend of Messi's calculated magic, Scaloni's spatial engineering to cover the loss of Di Maria, and a fierce, unbreakable defensive brotherhood.
It really is the convergence of advanced data and raw human connection.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to mull over. If our most advanced predictive algorithms rely on historical stats and tactical tracking data, well, how will machine learning models ever evolve to accurately quantify the unmeasurable, purely human chemistry of a lifelong friendship on the pitch?